You might not be aware of this, but recently a new trailer dropped for the next Spider-Man film, the third Tom Holland MCU film. The entire internet immediately reacted with all those videos of going, "Oh my god, I'm so excited." And fair enough, there's stuff to be excited about, I guess. The MCU Spider-Man films are fairly strong and this looks fairly cool. Interdimensional multiverse stuff, that's always interesting. I'm not going to get on the hype train though, it's just another movie. Also, sorry, I didn't realise I had this t-shirt on. I usually have plain t-shirt. This has got blue waves on it. This is unacceptable. I'm supposed to have plain t-shirts for the videos. Won't happen again. But I'm not interested in doing a reaction video. I've done a little bit of an impromptu reaction video on my Instagram story. Okay. Do a cheeky Instagram reaction video. I don't just sit there and watch the whole trailer and not speak, and 80% of it is just me going like, oh yeah, wow.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
When Mysterio revealed my identity, my entire life got screwed up. I was wondering if maybe you could make it so that he never did.
I'm not really interested in doing an initial thoughts and feelings on this trailer. However, I came across a video that I did want to do an initial thoughts and feelings on, if you can call it that. Not for the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, but for Ben Shapiro's reaction to the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. So that's what I'm going to be reacting to and reviewing today. And if anyone in the comments dares to say reactception, I'm going to flag that comment as hate speech. So before we get into the epic reaction, best to just share my thoughts on Ben Shapiro, talk about him for a bit. So I think this Ben Shapiro fellow is kind of into his politics, and I don't really know that much about politics. I know there's two sides and that's it, there's left and right. Ben Shapiro, from my understanding, is on the left side. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's left-wing through and through. There is a new trend in journalism and online news of gotcha journalism, and Ben Shapiro, I believe, is one of the key figureheads of that movement. And it's not a good movement, it's a very surface level pop argument, like, ooh, quick-witted response, ha, gotcha.
Is America more racist now than it was in 1960? And if it is, please explain to me how that happened.
Like, instantly gratifying resolutions to arguments like, oh, you owned him, or he pwned him. Like, you see him all the time on TikTok, 30-second videos of someone just like, oh my god, he destroyed that argument. Like, no, that's not what you want to encourage about what arguments are like, or supposed to be like. They're supposed to be a bit more broad, a bit more in-depth, but anyway, despite all that, I'm not really that arsed about Ben Shapiro. I think he's alright.
Forget about the disrespect. Facts don't care about your facts.
I know there are valid reasons to not like him. A couple of years ago, I used to actually really respect him and listen to what he had to say. But ever since he kind of clued into his role on the internet of that guy who's like, I'm going to outwit you and I'm going to beat you in 5 seconds and stuff like that, he's adopted that persona as his personal brand, and he's just an empty shell of his former self. He's always had fairly extreme religious views, right-wing, I think he's an Orthodox Jew, very extreme views, some would say, about different things. But I've always found him interesting. I mean, I used to find him interesting. He was on Joe Rogan a couple of months ago. I listened to that. They're always good for like long form, unedited conversations. You know, you get a slice of the real person.
Envision just means you're like things crystallize, epiphany. God knows everything except where God came from.
It's not perfect, Joe Rogan, but it's like, I compare it to every talk show in the world, and it's better than every single talk show because all those are just condensed and they have like a set list of what they have to talk about and what they can't talk about, and it's bullshit. Ben Shapiro made a bit of a fool of himself with that wet-ass pussy thing. I think he put on Twitter like, what do you mean, what's a wet-ass pussy? And he propped himself up to be kind of like a virgin or someone who can't pleasure his wife, or I don't really care about that. I mean, that's not really something to criticise him for. I mean, it's sort of his personal life. Like, he's not a dick because of that. That's a bit like tabloid shite, really. But I think the only reason that people went after him for that was because, like, they already hated him for other stuff. So because I don't really know that much about politics, I didn't really clue into the fact that Ben Shapiro was a little bit of a dick until I saw his Irishman review.
Because the thing never ended. It was like Wagnerian ring cycle. And nothing happens for basically 3 hours, and then Robert De Niro, spoiler alert, dies.
And that's when I got the sense that his arguments against things are very brash, uninformed, dismissive.
It was just boring.
Yeah, I thought it was awful.
So I was like, okay, he must have the same mentality toward political issues, and that's why people are so pissed off by him so frequently. I know, like, you're allowed to not like The Irishman, but his review was just kind of shit. And
I don't feel like I lost anything by watching it like 15 minutes at a time.
Childish.
Because the thing never ended. It was like Wagnerian ring cycle. And
like the most basic bitch sort of, this was too long. I don't know, it is long, but fair enough for not liking it, but...
Nothing happens for basically 3 hours, and then Robert De Niro, spoiler alert, dies.
Yeah, it's a terrible movie.
He just didn't convey himself very well, and it was just a shit review. It was the same exact thing with Donald Trump. I didn't really know what exactly he'd done that was so fucked up. I just said, okay, people hate him. Fair enough, I'm not going to get involved. Obviously, you have to give people benefit of the doubt when you yourself don't know fuck all about them. But then I saw a video where he's talking about Parasite, and he's like, because it won Best Picture, and he was like, what's that about? And his only apprehension for it being a Best Picture winner was because it was a South Korean film.
By the way, how bad were the Academy Awards this year? Did you see it? And the winner is a movie from South Korea. What the hell was that all about?
I was like, yeah, you're a massive twat, you.
We got enough problems with South Korea with trade. On top of it, they give him the best movie of the year. Was it good? I don't know.
So this basically proves that you can tell whether someone's an arsehole or not based on what sort of films they like. The Lighthouse sucked, and you all know how much I love Secluded Islands. It does seem that Ben Shapiro is slowly becoming a YouTube film reviewer. I think that would be very interesting, very funny, if he just joined one of us, you know. We bring him into the brotherhood. He needs to learn just to be more open-minded in general, because politics, you know, that's for closed-minded people. Film, that's fucking our territory. This is filmmaking, Buster. But I'm an advocate for freedom of speech, so if you are watching this, Ben, you're welcome to come on reviewing old trailers. We can review a good trailer together. A proper trailer review, not this thing you did here. Anyway, let's get on with reviewing this thing that Ben made. Hey, I'm Batcho, and today I'm going to be reacting to Ben Shapiro reacts to Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. I just think that we should just get right into it.
So, we are going to be examining the new trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home. As you can tell, I'm ecstatic to be back in the Marvel universe. It's what I love best.
Ben Shapiro, I think he was being sarcastic
This is a
there.
good one. Some suggest that Parker's powers include the male spider's ability to hypnotize females.
Stop, come on.
Yes, my spider lord.
That's not good dialogue.
Oh, he didn't like that dialogue.
Here all day. It is so crazy down there.
Fast cut!
That was very witty of Ben.
Does any part of you feel relieved about all this?
What do you mean?
Now that everybody knows, you don't really have to.
Then how do you tell someone that you're Spider-Man?
You say I'm Spider-Man, typically.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
Oh, he's gonna go to Doctor Strange's house.
Oh, Ben Shapiro realised that he went to Doctor Strange's house.
When Mysterio revealed my identity,
It's too dangerous. Fine.
Okay, I like his mug. Did you see his mug? His mug is funny. Did you see the mug he's carrying there? It says "Oh for 5."
Shut up, you fucking normie!
Spider-Man.
wait, everyone? He's gonna forget about everything we've ever been through.
Stop tampering with this.
You can just go to her house and tell her.
It's a lovely day.
You did a bad spell. Bad stuff happened, Peter.
Oh, thanks, Ben. I'm glad you acknowledged that bad stuff's happening.
Oh, from Inception.
Multiverse is a concept.
That's very witty. Alright, fuck this. So it's an 8-minute video. It's probably going to be much shorter than this fucking video that you're watching now. It's probably like 50 minutes somehow. I've milked it out to that. He shows the whole trailer, and for 80% of it, he doesn't say anything. And when he does speak, it's so trivial and menial.
Oh, he's gonna go to Doctor Strange's house.
What just happened?
Bad stuff happened, Peter.
Unfunny.
Fast cut!
Uninteresting. Unoriginal.
Oh, so we're just gonna do Inception now.
Just like, who cares? Who the fuck cares? Nothing remotely interesting. So it's very lame during that beginning segment of the video. The buildings are all changing, it's all tripping. He goes, oh, we're doing Inception, are we? And then like something happens that was similar, train robbery. He goes, oh, we're doing that from Solo, are we? The most broad vein of commentary. From this video, you get the impression that he's got the critical mentality of a 13-year-old.
Did you see his mug? His mug is funny. Did you see the mug he's carrying there? It says "Oh for Fox's sake." That is what the mug says.
It's more broad than stuff like Honest Trailers and Cinema Sins. And you know that brand I was talking about that kind of clever, witty, Ben Shapiro, literal, man of facts kind of guy? It's 100% a brand now with him. All his intellectual comments are all pseudo-intellectual now. And you can see him playing into that when he's like, you say I'm Spider-Man, typically.
Then how do you tell someone that you're Spider-Man?
You say I'm Spider-Man, typically.
Like, fuck off. It's just irritating to watch. God, it's weird, isn't it? Like, reviewing all these minute things. I review trailers trailers. I review other YouTube videos instead of just fucking films. But nah, this is more interesting for me than reviewing the trailer. What Ben has made here is everything I'm trying to avoid with my reviewing old trailers series. So if I'm veering towards this kind of content, let me know immediately, because I have to fucking correct that if I'm doing it this way. Because I do not want to fucking go anywhere near this shit.
Uh-oh, you did a bad spell.
What I'd want from this sort of video, right, if it's Ben Shapiro and he's a right-wing guy, I'd want a funny, weird, extreme right-wing take on the whole thing, instead of just, it just sums up like basic internet shite. It's disappointing, because I thought something at least you might say something fucked up, I don't know, something controversial. He's a very controversial guy. All the things he said there is just the basic general consensus of the internet. These trivial, crappy little comments. Ben, mate, if you're watching this, you've made a shite video here. Cringe, I'm going to unsub. I don't think, am I subbed? Am I subbed? No, okay, I'm not subscribed. So, yeah, I'm not fully right-wing yet, but just you wait. He makes a joke about it not being eligible for the Oscars because Benedict Cumberbatch and Tom Holland are white.
Under the Academy of Motion Picture Art and Science's new rules, I'm not sure that this actually qualifies for any of the Academy Awards because Peter is white and so is Benedict Cumberbatch.
And he's making a joke about the inclusivity of the Oscars. It's not particularly funny. Maybe it was something I would have said just to piss the Oscars off. Because the Oscars, they're insincerely inclusive. With the Oscars, though, it's still like default white actors. Then they say, okay, put a black one in, put a Chinese Oriental one in, because they're all the same. You know, that just covers all that shit. Put a woman, strong woman, a masculine woman there, and then the rest of them, they can just be default categories. Good foreign films and good black films and stuff like that, like Black Klansman and Minari and Black Messiah, they get nominated for the wrong reasons probably, but still. So I'm not really asked about Ben Shapiro criticising the Oscars in that way. It's not a really funny joke. It's not quite on the money either.
Peter is white, and so is Benedict Cumberbatch.
By far the most interesting part of this video is this little noise he makes at the end.
Am I wildly excited about this? I don't know how you get wildly excited about this trailer, but I guess some people will be.
Weird fucking sound.
I guess some people will be.
Did he just put a curse on the Hollywood liberals? Who knows? Could have done anything. Multiple ways of interpreting that. And that's why it's the best part of the video, because there's so much left to the imagination. Yeah, anyway, though, shit video. Do better, Ben. I'm very disappointed in you, Ben. I'd still want to see Ben Shapiro be a film reviewer. It would be funny. Be interesting. Just full-time, drop all of the politics. I think the majority of people don't take him too seriously. There's always a following. People always have a cult following, or bigger than a cult following. Zack Snyder taught me that. Also, he better not get banned off of YouTube. Fuck that shit. We need freedom of speech because it makes all the idiots easier to spot. But anyway, I might have the complete wrong end of the stick, so in the comments I want you to tell me the most fucked up thing that you've heard Ben Shapiro say, but I also want you to name the video, the YouTube video, where he can be seen saying that, so I can see it for myself. Thanks for watching what's probably going to be my most political video of all time. If I have said something completely out of order and uneducated, please be patient with me. I kind of just want to leave politics, to be fair. I hate politics. I'd like to be objective and criticise all things. I criticise the left, I criticise the right, because both of them do bad things. The left have a lot of influence in Hollywood right now, so I'll end up criticising them probably more frequently at the moment. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's been quite funny, I guess, has it? Has this been a good video? Has it really? Because I don't think it has been. I think this has been absolute shit. Anyway, if there are any girls watching, can you leave your number? Actually don't, that's a really bad fucking idea. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Yeah, right, see ya.